Adoption Incentive Program is a program implemented in 2019 by the Bureau of Land Management in an attempt to place wild, unhandled horses into private care.
When BLM implemented the AIP, or Adoption Incentive Program, AWHC immediately put out a statement that this was going to lead to unhandled wild horses and burros ending up in the slaughter pipeline. Paying people to adopt unhandled wild animals is a bad idea because these people are usually not trained or ill-equipped to take on that type of challenge. People have to opt into it. They pay the fee to adopt the horse or burros and then fill out a separate application with their bank account information to get a $500 payment on the day of adoption. It usually takes about 60 days to hit their bank account. And then a year later, when it's time for titling, they'll get the other $500 payment. So it's $1,000 cash into their bank account through the program.
To get that second payment, you have to do a compliance check where either a BLM official, a private veterinarian or private farrier, or a virtual check is completed to ensure that you are following all the requirements and your horse or burro is in good condition and being taken care of. On the adoption application, adopters actually sign a statement under penalty of perjury that they will not send their horse or burro to slaughter or to an organization or a person who intends to resell or give away that animal for commercial processing or slaughter. So we work with a lot of rescue organizations, Evanescent Mustang Rescue, Sky Dog Sanctuary, Black Hills Wild Horse Sanctuary, and they started telling us that they saw a dramatic increase in wild horses and burros in these kill pens, and we quickly realized it corresponded with the 1-year mark of the Adoption Incentive Program. The moment that really sparked our interest in our investigation was we were told by Evanescent Mustang Rescue that there were 20 horses in the Cleburne auction sale in Texas. This is an auction that is a kill auction and many horses are sent to slaughter there. So we knew we had to jump into action. We granted her money to help rescue these 20 horses, and then we received their titles. And the certificate of titling, while names were redacted, we were able to read through the redaction, and then we discovered it was a family adopting these horses, so they got the maximum number of horses they could get under the AIP, which is 4 horses each. They each got $4,000, and the family in total got $16,000 of taxpayer funds. So not only do these people get $1,000 per horse, they actually get money at auction, so further incentivizing them to send our federally protected icons to slaughter auctions.
We've uncovered some really disturbing things. The horses have been kept in despicable conditions.
We saw instances of abuse, instances of adopters neglecting their horses and starving.
Instances where the Bureau of Land Management hasn't done their due diligence on who's adopting. We've seen 50 burros at one location. No one needs 50 burros.
One of the worst cases was this mare was found with her neck folded back, a broken neck, but she was still alive, and she had to be dispatched or killed on site. These compliance checks are just showing the breadth of the abuse and the neglect and the mistreatment of these horses that we're supposed to be protecting. Not only are they going to slaughter, they're just being abused through this program. So we started getting these compliance checks from FOIAs, and we would start matching the brand numbers on the titles to these compliance checks, confirming scores of horses as AIP. And then we started compiling a report outlining all this evidence that we had. We have confirmed over 80 horses as AIPs in kill pens, and there are unfortunately hundreds more that haven't been rescued, so we don't have any identifying information on them, and the status of them is unknown. We had so much information. It was incredibly obvious that these horses were going to slaughter 60 to 90 days after title date, which is the time period to get that second $500. And we knew we had to do something. So we outreached to the New York Times. Dave Phillips saw the story. He knew exactly what it was going to be. He knew how big it was. And he said, "Can you give us the exclusive on this? And we will make change."
After the New York Times story broke, that got the attention of Congress, and we started to work with reps and senators to reach out to the agency. We have dozens now that have asked for a halt to the program and a full independent investigation. We took it a step further after the congressional outreach. We didn't want any more horses to end up in kill pens in this precarious situation. So AWHC and our rescue partners filed a legal petition to the agency asking for a formal rulemaking and pause, if not elimination, of the program. We gave them a deadline to that petition of the end of June. They blew past that deadline, and so we promptly filed a lawsuit in federal district court to end the program and enforce our petition. It's extremely frustrating to go through all of this information, to hear from our rescue partners what they're seeing every day, more unhandled wild horses that have been flipped in this way, that are adopted into what is supposed to be, what is testified in the contract as a good, loving home, and to end up in precarious situations where they'll be shipped to Mexico or Canada and processed like they were nothing.
It's heartbreaking to me that these horses, these icons, these ones that we're supposed to be protecting, are just being sent across the border, gone forever. It shouldn't be happening. It's illegal. It's not right. We should be protecting these horses, and that's why this program needs to end.